Welcome back. It's me, Lou. I'm here for another action figure unboxing and review. Today from Spin Master in their Batman series, we are featuring The Dark Knight. Alright, so this is celebrating 85 years of Batman, as we can see right there. I bought this last year at my local Target back in 2024. Batman debuted way back in 1939. So this was Spin Master's way of celebrating 85 years of Gotham's protector. What's very interesting about this line of toys is that some of my local Targets got these figures in, but I think it was like a one-time drop because they were very limited in quantity, and then once they sold out, that was it. None of my Targets ever restocked on these 12-inch action figures. So I was kind of lucky that I grabbed these because I am a big fan of Spin Master and their 12-inch scale action figures. And these are especially nice since they recreate the Christian Bale Dark Knight trilogy movies. Alright, so we have the Batman on our left and Joker on our right. On Batman's box on the side, nice portrait of the Christian Bale Batman. And then on the Joker, nice portrait of the Heath Ledger Joker. And on the back, just a couple of photos of the action figures. Alright, so let's take these out. So, yeah, I've never seen these again at my stores. It seemed like it was just like a one and done kind of deal, which is unfortunate because they're really, really nice action figures. A lot of the 12-inch Spin Master stuff, they're clearly aimed at children. But ever since the Flash movie from a few years ago, it seems like they really stepped up their game in their 12-inch line. And these especially. I think they really had the collector in mind with this duo of action figures. They look awesome. Alright, so let's take them out. Alright, so we have a wonderful pair of action figures from the live-action Dark Knight trilogy. And they look awesome. Very, very striking action figures. Let's take a look at the Joker first. So we'll set aside Batman for now. The Joker stands in at about a little under 11 inches. The head sculpt is really nice. The likeness to actor Heath Ledger, it's pretty decent. I kind of wish they'd capture a much more crazed, maniacal look that the Joker often conveys. But this one, it's it's decent. It's him looking very stoic, very serious. It's like, why so serious? The sculpting on the figure itself, really well done. You'll notice the really beautiful leather-like texture on its coat. The paint application leaves a lot to be desired. It's just very basic. But keep in mind, at this price point, for like $10, you're getting an awesome 12-inch scale action figure. Really well done. The coat piece is even made of a kind of like it's a pliable rubbery plastic, a little bit on the thick side. But it looks really nice. In terms of the Joker's articulation, his head looks left and right. It feels like it's on a ball joint, so you get some movement. The arms articulated going up and down, and they also go outward. Not too far, though. It seems like as soon as it hits this part of the sleeve, it stops. There's articulation at the joints. They bend at the elbow. And I think they're on a swivel as well. Yes, they do swivel. You have articulation in the wrists. No waist articulation. The legs do kick up. And the movement is kind of hindered by the coat right there. And then you have movement in the knees. And you'll notice they're also kind of ratcheted, so they kind of lock into place. And there is no ankle articulation. Overall, you're just looking at a very solid display piece. If you're a young one, kids will be all over something like this. It's a great durable toy. If you're a much more serious collector, this does not hold up to like a 12-inch premium collectible, like a Hot Toys or a Sideshow collectible figure. But it's a great statement piece, a great display piece. I think this is really worth the price. All right, up next we have the Christian Bale Batman, and this one looks awesome. The nose looks a little bit too big, but for me it's forgivable. The detailing on the costume is really well done. You'll notice the variance in the textures, like with the Under Armour, kind of has a much more rougher texture than the armor plating. A nice shade of like a matte gold for the utility belt. And then you have a cloth cape back here. Nice soft fabric. And then here's the detailing on the back. Batman stands in at about to the tip of the horns, 11 3/4 inches. Again, the likeness to Christian Bale, it's not the greatest, but I'll take it. It's pretty decent. I think the nose looks larger than what it is because the shadow casted underneath it, and also I think some of the paint doesn't go as high up as it should. But nonetheless, for this price, you're getting an awesome Dark Knight Trilogy Batman. Again, very impressed with the armor. The sculpting is really well done. In terms of his articulation, his head swivels left and right. It feels like it's on a ball joint. It's a little bit tight on my figure. The arms are articulated at the shoulders, allowing them to go up and then also outward. And you have more greater range of movement than the Joker. This one feels a little bit stiff, and I do not want to force it. Let's see if I can. There you go. Got it out. There is articulation at the elbows. They bend, and then they're also on a swivel. Articulated wrists with swivel movement. Unfortunately, there is no articulation at the waist. And then his legs kick up, and they also go outward, which is more than the Joker. I think the Joker doesn't do that, does it? Oh, I take it back. The Joker's legs do kick outward. But because of the coat piece here, the movement is really restricted. And then lastly, he has a bend at the knee. So overall, a fantastic action figure. Again, for this price point, I kind of feel like it was a steal. This really exemplifies some of the better 12-inch figures that Spin Master has put out. Unfortunately, I haven't seen these restocked at any of my Targets. Like I said, I kind of feel like this was probably just like a one-time drop, celebrating the 85 years of Batman. You might be able to find this online. And if so, just try to pay a fair price. I want to say that the retail on this figure was probably maybe like $10 or $11. Much like other 12-inch action figures of this quality. All right, so with that being said, let's wrap this one up. Once again, my name is Lou. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning viewer or subscriber, thank you so much for continued support. I greatly appreciate it. So until the next video, be safe, take care of yourself, buy lots of toys, and most importantly, be happy. And I'll see you at the next one. All right, later.